Now, let me tell you something. A lot of folks hear the word sales, and they picture some slick-haired fella in a cheap suit, trying to sell you a bucket of rust he calls a car. They think it's all about tricking people, pushing them into a corner until they give up and buy something they don't even want. But that ain't it, people. That ain't the game no more. Today, we're talking about something different. We're talking about consultative selling. That's a fancy way of saying you stop being a pushy salesman and start being a helpful consultant. You're not there to sell something, you're there to solve a problem. Think about it like this. When you go to a doctor, you don't want him to just hand you a bottle of pills before you even open your mouth. No, you want him to ask you questions. Where does it hurt? How long has this been going on? He's diagnosing the problem before he even thinks about the solution. That's what a great salesperson does. They listen more than they talk. They put on their detective hat and get to the bottom of what the customer really needs. It's not about manipulation, it's about understanding. You're not trying to win an argument, you're trying to build a bridge. You become their trusted advisor, the one they call when they're in a jam. This ain't just some feel-good nonsense either. This is how you build a real, long-lasting business. When you solve a customer's problem, you earn their trust. And trust, let me tell you, is worth more than gold. That customer is not just going to buy from you once. Oh no, they're coming back again and again. They're going to tell their friends, their family, their dog walker, everybody. You gotta go see my guy, they'll say. He'll take care of you. Alright, so you've decided you're gonna be a consultant, a problem solver. That's good. That's real good. But you can't just focus on the customer and call it a day. A successful person in sales has to juggle relationships with 4 key groups of people. It's like spinning plates. You gotta keep them all going or the whole thing comes crashing down. First up, your customers. They write the checks. They keep the lights on. Building partnerships with them is your #1 job. It's more than being friendly. Understand their business, understand their challenges, be a student of your customer. The second group is your own company, your secondary support, shipping, technical support, administrative staff, product designers. Have a good relationship with them. Promise delivery? Make sure shipping has your back. Need a custom solution? Get the tech team on your side. Treat these people like gold. Buy them a coffee. Remember their names. They are your internal team. You can't win without them. Third, your management team. Don't see managers as quota machines. Your sales manager is your coach. They have experience. They have resources. They have a bird's eye view. Build a strong, open relationship. Ask for advice. Be honest about your struggles. A good manager wants you to win and will move mountains to help. Don't hide. Run to your coach. Fourth, you. Manage your relationship with yourself. Take care of your attitude. Take care of your motivation. Invest in your personal development. Selling is tough and full of rejection. Be your own biggest cheerleader. Invest in your skills. Stay positive. Maintain your integrity. If you don't believe in your value, you can't convince anyone else. It all starts right here, with you. So we know who we need to build relationships with. Now, how do we do it? Let's break down the first big strategy, the relationship strategy. This is all about how you build a bond with people so they see you as a trustworthy partner, not just some person trying to get their money. The whole thing is built on 3 simple ideas: self-image, the win-win philosophy, and character. Let's start with self-image. You have to project confidence as a professional, a consultant, a problem solver. If you walk into a room feeling like you're bothering someone, they're gonna feel it too. You have to project confidence, not arrogance now. There's a big difference. Confidence comes from knowing you have something of value to offer. It comes from being prepared and believing in your product and your company. Dress the part, speak clearly, shake hands like you mean it. Next up is the win-win philosophy. This is huge. A lot of old school sales was about, I win, you lose. The salesperson got the commission, and the customer got stuck with a product they didn't need. A true partnership is built on a win-win mindset. You have to genuinely want your customer to succeed because of what you're offering. The customer gets their problem solved. You get a loyal partner in a sale. Finally, let's talk about character and integrity. This is the bedrock of it all. It means being honest, even when it's hard. It means if your product isn't the right fit, you tell the customer. I know that sounds crazy. You might lose that one sale, but you will gain a level of trust that is priceless. That customer will remember your honesty. They will respect you. And when they need something you can help with, who do you think they're gonna call? Character is your brand. Don't ever mess it up. Alright, let's keep this train moving. Product strategy, customer strategy. You can't have one without the other. It's not enough to be a nice person, you also have to be a smart person. Know your product, know your customer, Move from friendly face to indispensable expert. Start adding value. Product strategy. This is your homework. Become a complete expert on the product or service. Know the price, know the features, know how it's made, know its weaknesses, know how it stacks up against the competition. Be able to answer any customer question. Don't just list features. Explain benefits. Feature example. This car has anti-lock brakes. Benefit example. Which means you can stop more safely on a wet road, protecting your family. Know your company policies, delivery process, who to call for support. This makes you look professional and builds confidence. Know your competition, their strengths, their weaknesses, not to bash, to position your product intelligently. Being a product expert gives you the ammo you need. Customer strategy. This is where the detective work really comes in. Plan to identify the right customers. Understand buying needs, don't sell to everybody. Figure your ideal customer. What industry are they in? What's the company size? Do your research. Look at their website. Read their latest news. Understand what they do. Understand their challenges. Walk into meetings knowing how you can help. This preparation shows respect for their time and sets you apart. When you combine product expertise with customer understanding, you transform from a vendor into a valuable business partner. We've covered a lot of ground. You've built the relationship, you know your product, and you understand your customer. Now, it's showtime. This is the fourth and final piece of the puzzle, the presentation strategy. This isn't about a slick, one-size-fits-all slideshow. A good presentation is a custom-tailored conversation that proves you've been listening. The first step of a great presentation is to ask questions. I know you're thinking, isn't the presentation when I'm supposed to do the talking? Yes, but you start by listening. You need to ask smart, open-ended questions to confirm the needs you uncovered in your research. This is called the needs discovery phase. You'll say things like, so if I'm understanding correctly, your biggest challenge right now is X and it's causing Y. This shows the customer you're on their side. Once you have a crystal clear understanding of their needs, you can then select the right solution. You don't just dump your whole product catalog on their desk. You choose the specific features and benefits that directly solve the problems they told you about. You tailor your presentation. If they said they're worried about downtime, you focus on reliability and support. If they're worried about budget, you highlight long-term cost savings. You're not selling a product, you're presenting a solution to their problem. Finally, you close the deal. Now, closing isn't about using some tricky line to get a signature. If you've done everything right up to this point, closing is the easiest part. It's the natural next step. The customer understands their problem, they see that your solution fixes it, and they trust you. You can simply ask, so, does this look like the right solution? What would be the best next steps? You're not pressuring them, you're helping them make a good decision. And there you have it. It's about 4 simple strategies. Build the relationship, know your product, understand your customer, and deliver a killer presentation. When you stop trying to sell and start trying to serve, you build partnerships. Those partnerships lead to repeat business, referrals, and a career you can be proud of. You're not just a salesperson anymore, you're a trusted consultant. And that, my friends, is how you win the game. Now go out there and help somebody. If you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe for more tips on consultative selling. Visit our website for resources and free guides.